Hello, adventurer. Today we're gonna go through character creation in Oblivion Remastered. We're gonna go through races, birth signs, attributes, and skills. Why it's so important? Because in the early stages of the game it will play a huge role. In later game, not so much. But still some consequences like amount of health and magicka will still exist. So it will be a good idea to pick a perfect character for you right from the beginning. It doesn't matter which race, class, build you choose, endurance will play a huge role. Cause it's responsible for how many additional health points you will get during your level ups. And if you decide to choose any difficulty above Adept, it will play a huge role, especially in the late game. Just keep it in mind for now, we will talk about it a bit later. Right now, let's decide which race will suit you best. There will be 10 races in total, and frankly speaking, there are no straight restrictions. You can be anyone. You can choose Nord and be a mage, or maybe Thief, mage and warrior at the same time. But still, some races will be better for certain builds, for certain roles you're gonna play. In Oblivion Remastered version, you will get a new feature. It's some kind of background. It's called a region. And if you wonder what it do, it just decrease one attribute by 10, rise another also by 10. That's all, not a big deal. Argonians are completely immune to poison and have 75% disease resistance, and also they can breathe underwater. Nobody likes it except me. I love to swim underwater. From the other hand, they start with a very low endurance but good speed and agility. A good choice if you decide to play as a thief or maybe ranger. Breton will be a perfect choice if you decide to play as a mage. They got 50% magic resistance to all kinds of magic. On top of it, they got plus 50 to maximum magicka, and that's a lot, especially at the beginning. And of course, as every mage, they start with a very low agility, speed and endurance, but very good intelligence and willpower. Dark Elf Dunmer, an excellent choice, cause they got a little bit of everything. On top of it, they got 75% fire resistance, which is important. There will be plenty of fire spells in Oblivion. They also can summon a ghost, a weak one, not very helpful. Dark Elves will be a perfect choice for any class, but keep in mind nobody in the world of Cyrodiil will like you. Everyone will be jealous of your appearance, except Dark Elves and Orcs. High Elf Altmer, without any doubt, the best choice if you decide to play is a mage, cause they got plus 100 maximum magicka. And believe me, such a huge amount of bonus magicka points will play its role. From the other hand, they got 25% weaknesses to fire, frost, and shock, and if you want my opinion, it's not a big deal. And more of that, they start with a decent amount of endurance and good intelligence. High elves definitely overpowered. Imperial, the most popular race, and also their locals in Cyrodiil. They got very well balanced stats, and that means they will be a perfect choice for any class. Will it be mage, warrior, or thief? On top of it, they got great addition to speechcraft, mercantile, and personality. And if you think that those skills are not important in Cyrodiil, it's yes and no at the same time. Do you know that in Oblivion, with a good personality and mercantile skill, some shop owners will offer you to become a partner and will share a part of income? If you don't know whom to choose, choose Imperial. Khajiit is a cat-like creature, and it's a perfect choice if you decide to play as a thief. High agility and speed, they also got a free night vision, ability to see in the darkness. And they just look cute, especially in Oblivion Remastered. So if you decide to step on the way of thievery, there will be no better choice than Khajiit. Nord is a natural-born warrior from the distant land of Skyrim, with excellent strength and endurance, and also a decent speed and agility. From the young childhood, every Nordic warrior know how to resist frost, so you will start with a 50% frost resistance. Will it be useful? Sometimes yes, but mostly no. But anyway, Nords are excellent choice for any kind of warrior. Orc is ugliest and strongest race all across the land. Everyone will dislike you, but you will be a true mage killer, and the perfect melee fighter in general. But why Mage Killer? Cause Orc will start the adventure with very high level of willpower and natural 25% magic resistance to all kind of magicka. They also possess a Berserk ability. For 60 seconds you will be just unstoppable deadly force. Strong with good endurance, Orc will make a perfect warrior. Of course, if you can survive all these small insults literally from everyone you're gonna meet during your journey. Next one will be Redguard, and it's also a warrior class with very good strength, endurance, agility, and speed, but very low intelligence, willpower, and personality. He got 75% of poison and disease resistance. Not that useful compared to other races. But he got a very useful special ability called Adrenaline Rush. It will make you faster, stronger, with more health. And it will save your life many times, especially at the beginning of the game. In the late game, it will become completely useless. And finally, we got a Wood Elf, and it's some kind of thief, ranger kind of character, with good agility and speed, decent endurance, excellent luck, but everything else, not so much. He got a 75% of natural disease resistance, which is not that useful, and his special ability will be called Beast Stone. You can command creatures, but actually only small animals, so it's also not that useful. But despite all downgrades, he can be a good stealthy thief or very sharp-eyed ranger. By the way, friend, which race is your favorite one? Let me know in the comment section below. And let's move to the next step.
And I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Both signs can be counted as some kind of bonuses. Some will be perfect for mages, some for warriors, and some for thieves. So, my friend, if you want to play as a warrior, the sign number 1 that called the warrior will be just perfect, because it will give you additional endurance and strength. Also, you can choose the sign called the lady. It will also give you some endurance, but this time you will get willpower instead of strength, and that means you will resist spells better. But if you decide to be a mage, there will be 3 signs for you. The first called the Mage, and it will increase your magicka by 50 points. Good addition, but if you want more, you can choose the Apprentice, cause it will increase your magicka by 100 points. But in the same time, it will give you weakness to magic 100%. Oh, that's very dangerous downgrade. I don't know, can you handle it or not? The third sign is called Atranach, and it can fortify your magic and increase it by 150 points. That's insane. It will also give you a spell observation of 50%. But, my friend, your magicka will not regenerate. You need to regenerate it only by using potions. And that's not very convenient, not very good in general. So my suggestion will be the mage. And finally, if you decide to play as a thief or maybe a ranger kind of character, you will not find the best Birthsign than the thief, because it will increase your agility, luck, and speed by 10. There will be a sign called the Shadow, but you know it will just give you invisibility spell, nothing special. Choose the thief. Now let's go and see what's left. The steed will just increase your speed. In my opinion, just don't worth it. The ritual, the tower, the lover, and the serpent can be easily replaced with spells, potions, and poisons. Definitely don't worth it. And in the end, we got the Lord. It seems like it's a good sign for warrior, but comparing to additional endurance, strength, or willpower, it's not. And as I mentioned before, I am playing as a mage, so I will definitely choose the mage sign for me. And what both sign you choose for yourself, drop me a comment. And finally, we got to class selection, and you can choose already pre-made class. They will be divided on 3 categories: combat, magic, and stealth. Everything is already pre-made for you, your favorite attributes and your major skills. And if somewhere among all of those classes you will find a class that will suit you, go for it. But if you don't like any of those classes, just go and create a custom one. First, let's choose our specialization. For warrior, it will be combat, for mage, magic, and for thief, stealth. I will play the mage, so I will choose magic. Now, important part, we need to choose our attributes. You can go with a classical approach, strength and endurance for warrior, intelligence and willpower for mages, and agility and speed for thieves. But I strongly advise you to choose endurance. It doesn't matter which role you're gonna play. Will be thief, mage, or warrior. All of them will need endurance. All of them will need health points. And depending on other stats, for warrior choose strength, for mage choose intelligence, and for thief choose agility. And there will be a small nuance connected to luck. Right now you can increase it by 5 points, and further in your adventure when you will level up you can increase it only by 1, no matter what you're gonna do, still only by 1 point. Everything else can be increased up to 5 points. So maybe it will be wise to choose luck. And finally, we need to choose our major and minor skills. Major skills will be very important, because only those skills will allow you to level up your character. You also need to know that every skill will be connected to attribute. Agility, it's marksman, security and sneak. Endurance, armor, block and heavy armor. Intelligence, alchemy, conjuration and mysticism. Personality, illusion, mercantile and speechcraft. Speed, acrobatics, athletics and light armor. Strength, blade, blunt and hand-to-hand combat. Willpower, alteration, destruction, and restoration. Skills will grow when you use them, and to raise some certain attribute, you need to use a certain kind of skill connected to this attribute. For example, if you want to raise endurance, you need to wear heavy armor and use blocking. And then when you raise it by 10 levels, you will get +5 to endurance. Or less if you get less levels. And there will be plenty of strategies. Which of those skills you need to take into the major skills. Some say you need to take the skills that you will rarely use. By doing it, you will be able to level up exact attribute you want to level up. Others says you need to take different skills connected to different attributes, and that will also allow you to level up the attribute you want. Personally, I prefer a more classical approach, so my mage will have magical skills like mysticism, alteration, restoration, and so on. With one little exception, I also love axes, so I will add blunt weapon. So my advice will be just choose the skills connected to the role you're gonna play, and maybe something that your heart desire. It doesn't really matter. In the end, you will be able to beat the game with any combinations of skills. And my friend, maybe you got a very special strategy. Share it with me and with my viewers. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in my next one. So meet you there.